Hi, my name is Sabrina Pratt. I am a clinical psychology trainee, and today I'm here to talk to you all about a therapy called DBT, or Dialectical Behavior Therapy. DBT is known for all types of skills trainings. Today, we are going to focus on a skill that assists us with distress tolerance. Why are distress tolerance skills necessary? We are all faced with crazy life events, crises, that trigger our fight or flight reactions. Fight or flight reactions are our body's natural responses when we perceive a threat. Some of these reactions are dilated pupils, a rapid heartbeat, pale or flushed skin, and trembling. Often, reacting based on our fight or flight responses doesn't actually solve our problems. It makes them worse. This is where distress. When we notice that our fight or flight reaction's starting, we can use our distress tolerance skills to help us manage and accept a situation that our high emotions aren't allowing us to solve in the moment. One skill that can be particularly helpful when being faced with stressful situations that feel totally intolerable is known as STOP. STOP is a mnemonic that stands for stop, take a step back, observe the situation, and proceed effectively. It can be used as a useful skill when emotions are in the driver's seat of a situation, causing us problems. What STOP allows us to do is place our emotions in the passenger seat so that we can observe everything that is happening and be able to problem solve. Using STOP can help us prevent any unwanted words, behaviors, or urges to occur as a result of our heightened emotional state. In order to help us understand how to effectively use the STOP technique to decrease our stress level, we're going to turn to our friend Bob here. Say hi, Bob. Let's say that our friend Bob is in a relationship. Bob comes home late from a long day of work. And the moment he walks in the door, his partner starts yelling at him. Keep the situation in mind as we go through each of the STOP steps and help Bob make the best decisions in his situation. Now let's begin. The first letter, S, stands for stop. This means that as soon as you notice that your distress level is close to getting unbearable, stop. Literally stop everything that you are doing immediately. Stop speaking, stop walking, stop driving, stop everything. Taking this moment in our tracks helps prevent us from doing what our emotions, what our urges are telling us to do. It helps prevent us from acting without thinking, and it allows us to regain control of the situation. Now let's look back at our friend Bob here. What do you think Bob's emotions want him to do? What is the urge? Bob may have the urge to listen to his feelings of exhaustion and frustration, saying, "Yell back at your partner." Bob may yell at his partner and escalate both his and his partner's feelings, leaving no room for effective communication and problem solving. Now let's see what would it look like if Bob were to stop first. When Bob's partner starts yelling at him, and Bob feels the urge to yell back, instead of immediately acting on that urge, Bob could stop, freezing everything for a moment to make the decision to not act on that urge to yell. Let's keep going. The second letter, T, stands for take a step back. This means that after you've noticed your distress levels and stopped what you are doing, next, you want to remove yourself from the situation entirely so that you can observe more clearly what's going on. Sometimes taking a step back can be literal, like stepping out of a meeting for a moment. Other times, you may not be able to literally step out. In these cases, you can remove yourself in your mind and take a step back while maintaining the physical presence in the meeting. This step gives yourself some time and space to calm down and really think about what is happening. Taking a step back can help us look at a situation from a fact-based, non-judgmental point of view. After Bob stops himself from acting on the urge to yell, using the stop skill, he may take a step back from his partner yelling at him. He may choose to take several deep breaths to calm himself down. He may leave the room for a moment just to get some time for himself before returning back to the conversation. What would happen if Bob hadn't taken a step back? If Bob had stopped after the first step and stopped his urge, but not taken a step back to calm down, confrontation between Bob and his partner would still have occurred. Bob's emotions still would have heightened. Maybe Bob pushed the brakes by stopping, but his emotions would still be in the driver's seat, making the next move. The third letter, O, stands for observe. Observe what is going on. This means that once we have been able to leave the situation and remove our mind, our emotion mind, from the situation, we can observe and describe what is happening without labeling it, reacting to it, or judging it. Just the facts. Some good questions to ask yourself here are, what is happening around me? What is happening inside me? Who else is involved in what is happening? What are they saying or doing? A key element to effective decision-making is understanding the facts of the situation and being able to see what is happening for everyone involved. This can be incredibly challenging. If you begin this step and notice that you're still upset and that your own emotions are still influencing your thinking, try stepping back again, getting a little bit further removed from the situation, just until you can see it objectively. Observe is actually a key mindfulness skill on its own in DBT. If you would like to know more, check out the book at the end of this video. Now, how could observing what's happening help Bob in his situation? Let's start externally. Let's see. If Bob doesn't take the time to observe what is happening for his partner, he may not be able to see the real reason why his partner is upset. Maybe his partner made dinner for them that night, but now it's cold because Bob came home late. Maybe Bob's partner had a bad day and is taking it out on Bob, even though he hasn't done anything. What about internally? What could Bob observe about himself in this situation? Maybe there was a lot of traffic on his way home, so he's already angry. Maybe Bob is feeling really tired and knows that he gets grumpy when he's tired. By observing the whole picture and trying to understand what is happening internally for us and for the other person involved in the situation, we can understand better why the situation is occurring. Bob can then feel empathy for his partner's bad day, instead of only feeling anger, and can recognize his own feelings he's having that are unrelated to the problem. If Bob were to not consider what is happening in the situation and what he and his partner are experiencing, he may misinterpret what is happening and provoke the conversation to something worse. Without observing what is happening in his partner, Bob may take the yelling as a personal attack. Without observing what is happening in his partner, Bob may take the yelling as a personal attack and get defensive against his partner, further stimulating the argument. Lastly, the P stands for proceed. Proceed effectively and mindfully. Once you are calm again and have the ability to step back and observe the situation in a balanced, factual manner, you then can think clearly enough to move forward in an effective and mindful way. In DBT, doing something effectively means that whatever action you decide to take should be consistent with your goal. This is a crucial component in Wise Mind. Finding a balance between what our emotional mind is telling us to do and what our logical mind is telling us to do. To learn more about Wise Mind, check out the manual referenced at the end. Proceeding in an effective way helps us bring the focus back to what our needs are in the situation and how we can get those met. Before proceeding, ask yourself, what is my goal? What behaviors will get me to that goal? What behaviors will keep me away from that goal? What was Bob's goal in his situation? Maybe to get his partner to stop yelling at him? To be able to relax? What behaviors would have kept him from reaching that goal? All of those things we mentioned before. Yelling back, getting defensive, calling his partner names. All behaviors that create more fuel for the situation and cause the partner to yell more, and they keep Bob from walking to the couch to binge on some Netflix. What behaviors would help Bob reach his goal? Maybe directly asking the partner, why are you upset? Maybe he could listen to what his partner is saying and express in a calm manner his side of the story. Maybe he could just comply to what the partner is upset about and fix the thing that has them both upset. All of these behaviors are ways Bob could proceed mindfully in order to decrease the intensity of the situation, allow the other partner to feel heard, not have to yell anymore, and provide a resolution to the problem, which allows Bob to keep moving. This may sound really hard to implement right now, but the good news is that the more effort and practice we put into using this skill, our ability to use it strengthens and grows. See, you can do this. Now a challenge for you. Next time you feel yourself wanting to act on an urge this next week, whether it be the urge to snap back at a friend, the urge to use a substance, or the urge to skip a class, stop. Stop everything you're doing. Take a step back. Observe what is happening and proceed effectively. Good luck!